What's up, guys? Will Dinwiddie here. Today's topic is how to be epic. Um, Really, that comes down to attitude. Uh, Being epic, don't be average, be epic. That's the motto that I use at my gym. Also come muscle up and get yourself some willpower. The willpower, me, but not really me. It's I'm teaching you how to access your own willpower and access your own strength and your own epic abilities. Reaching for epic proportions within yourself. Not just being satisfied with 10 push-ups but wanting 20, or something like that. Always wanting more than what you previously have done. That's the epic mentality, is constant progression, constant growth, never-ending ambition, um, you know goal chasing, evolution of goals, never running out of goals because you're just evolving the ones that you already have. Following your dream, whatever that is, working through adversity, working through hardship. That's, with a good attitude and a smile on your face. Not telling everybody about all your problems, without looking for solutions to them and being willing to put those solutions into action. This is epic. Epic is trying to improve yourself and working hard. That's epic. That's the epic mentality, is wanting to be better than you were the day before, and doing everything you can every day to make sure that happens. Not just thinking about it or saying it, but actually doing it. So the epic mentality, I feel like, is all about constant progression, constant improvement, never-ending constant improvement, as Anthony Robbins would say. Or no, constant never-ending improvement. Constant never-ending improvement. That's Anthony Robbins. That's what he says and stuff. I feel like, don't be average, be epic. Because I was average when I first started out. I was a skinny kid. I was bullied. I didn't have friends. I didn't have any physical advantages. It took me 20 years to become a professional athlete. I mean, I don't have genetic abilities per se, with the exception of relentless determination, willingness to do whatever it takes, however long it takes. There is no time limit until I see things the way I want to see them, until I hit my goals. And so that's kind of the epic mentality where it kind of began. And for me, at least, wanting to improve myself, wanting to be strong, wanting to be covered in muscle, wanting to do everything I saw in the movies growing up. I wanted to be like Conan. I wanted to be like Rambo. I wanted to be like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I wanted to be buff. I wanted to be well known. I wanted to be known for something, So, and I wanted to try things, So having an epic mentality means you're also not single-minded. You're open-minded. You're willing to try new things. When I first joined the Army, I had just joined with a regular infantry contract, but at a basic, I got an opportunity to go to airborne school with the agreement that I would try out for Rangers, and so I did that, and I made it through both, and that's how I became a Ranger. It wasn't because I had it in my contract. My drill sergeant saw potential in me, and then he believed in me, and I believed in him. If he believed in me, then I was going to try it. And so part of having an epic mentality is also teaching others and sharing with others and showing others and helping others to become the best that they can be, their best version. And so, being epic means being the best that you can be for yourself. So that's different for everybody, Like, I love weightlifting and I love the gym life, and a lot of people won't be able to understand that and can't understand that. Just like a lot of people won't understand your passions and what you love, Like, maybe you want to have 10 doctorate degrees, or maybe you want to know 10 languages, or maybe you want to be the best mathematician there ever was, or maybe you want to build something or create something, Like, these are all epic things, These are these thoughts that you have to uh, indulge in these thoughts, indulge in your creativity and your and daydreaming, just imagining, your imagination, really, if you if you allow your imagination to kind of run your life a little bit for at least time periods, even cycles of time in your life, you know, like um, just allow yourself to see the possibilities of what you can accomplish and what you can create, you know. You know, the human beings are capable of so much that it doesn't matter how big or how unrealistic it may seem to somebody else what your goal or your dream is. But all it matters is what you believe in. It can be, and you know, no one believed in me growing up. You know, nobody believed in me until I became a champion. Nobody knew who I was until I became a champion. I worked on that for 16 years, and then for the last 4 years, I've been the champion. You know, but for 16 years, nobody, no, my parents didn't believe in me, and hardly anybody believed in me. And I remember telling my sisters 10 years ago, back in 2006, or no, 12 years ago, back in 2004, that I was going to be somebody someday. And then you fast forward, and I just you have to make things happen. That's the epic mentality, is that you have a vision for yourself and for your life and what you want to see yourself doing, and then you go out there and do it. When I was a kid, I envisioned myself being a special operations soldier, just like Rambo. And then, you know, years later, when I joined the military, I got that opportunity and I did it, you know, and I jumped on planes and I did all those things that I saw in the movies. And then I got out and I wanted to be buff like Arnold Schwarzenegger. So I went and I continued pursuing that, and I became a bodybuilder. And then I decided that I found out that I wasn't Arnold Schwarzenegger and that I wasn't really that good at bodybuilding. So I found out that I was better at being strong than I was at being like trying to be like somebody else, like Arnold, you know. But it was a great inspiration for me to follow these people, because they inspired me to find out who I really was, and what I really wanted, and what I really wanted to pursue and become, and that's because of the inspiration of others, you know. So that's why it's important when you're on an epic journey for yourself, you know, you're creating some epic vision in your life and you're pursuing it, to also help others along the way, you know, teach others how to do it, remind people of what they're capable of, reinforce to people that they're on the right path if they're chasing their dreams, if they're doing what makes them happy, and that the struggle is part of it, you know, the adversity is part of it, because it's in the adversity that you are really developing the skills that are going to get you to that upper level. You know, because you just can't grow without adversity. I mean, you can't just go into the gym every time and do your workout and expect to grow from it. Your body will adapt and evolve, and you will have to trick your body into growing again. So you have to keep doing new things and trying new things and keeping an open mind, you know. So on the road to your goal, it's the same thing. You're gonna get hit with all kind of bumps in the road, and dips, and valleys and peaks and things like that, and you're going to have to learn how to work around all that on the road to your goal. You know, there is no quit, there is no stopping, there is only your vision and the epic mentality that every day you're going to put forth a little effort into it. That way you can go to bed at night every day and sleep well, knowing that you're giving your best. That's the epic mentality, is giving your best every day, pursuing something that's going to not only help you but help others, you know. And so you know, a lot of people will you know, I've had a lot of people say that I'm arrogant. My own parents have said that I'm arrogant, and things like that. But that, you see, that's the average mindset. They don't understand that it's not about me. I'm using my life to show others what is possible for them. You know, and the gym life is just my life, and the way I do it is just the way I do it, you know. Like, you know, I don't, you know, I have my own way of doing things, you know. It's just like everybody has their own way of doing things, and everybody has their own path, and nobody's path is wrong or right from the next. It's just that's their own path. This is, you know, so you got to follow your own path and trust yourself, and know that if you're meant to read 10,000 books on a certain subject, then that's what you're meant to do, and you need to go do that. You know, if you're meant to speak in front of people, then you need to do that. If you're meant to run a company, if you're just meant to be a manager, if you're just meant to be, you know, whatever you do, you know, you gotta. It doesn't matter what you do. Again, you just got to give your best at it, and that's also part of the epic mentality, is giving your best at all times, always giving your best, and always striving for more, and never being satisfied. Be happy. and celebrate your achievements, but always know that you now are capable of more. You're leveling up in your life. So that was kind of a lot, kind of a lot of the same things repeated. But that's really what the epic, being epic, and is all about. It's a repetition of a specific mindset. Most people have a repetition of their mindset that society has placed on them. All I say is listen to yourself. If you have urges that are if you have urges to want to do something that you think would be good and beneficial for you, even if it's just something personal, like that you think would just make you personally feel better, maybe not the people around you, but it would make you feel better. Working out makes me feel great. It doesn't have any effect on. I can work out in front of somebody and they get nothing from it, but I get it. I always feel great, from working out. So that's an example, of course, and I can put everything back on the gym. I can make an epic story about how everything in life is just like the gym, with the resistance and the reps and the sets and changing things up and hitting plateaus and getting injured and having to go backwards and getting hurt, injuries, getting hurt, just like life, like you get hurt in life just like you do in the gym. You get things that slow you down and things that pull you back. But if you have the right mindset, the epic attitude of that everything's good, I'm doing what I love, and I'm making progress, because every time I do something, even when I don't want to do it, that's one step closer. I'm one rung higher on the ladder than the guy that gives in to their weakness and says, I'll do it tomorrow, or I'll do it later, or I don't have time. Make time. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. A lot of people have said, well, you have all this time in the day to work 3 to 5 hours a day every day. And I'm like, well, I created that. It wasn't always like that for me. I worked for other jobs, and I still work a weekend job. I mean, I still do that. I still work, like outside of my dream, like I still do things to support my dream. So it's not just, it's not like a fairy tale where like you decide that you're going to start living like this epic mindset and everything's going to be all golden. It's not like that. You're still going to have to deal with regular daily hardships of life, like waking up, getting out of bed, eating the right things every day, day in and day out, battling with yourself, like I don't want to eat strawberries today, I want to eat cereal. No, I said strawberries, like, you know what I'm saying? So the epic mindset is just overcoming your own negative thoughts, your own self-defeating thoughts, and having a good attitude. So stepping up to yourself, really how to be epic is really to just take control of your own mind and take control of yourself, like refuse to allow negativity to control your life. Refuse to give up on yourself. Run towards your dream at full force, and be willing to take on everything that goes along with it, run towards your epic vision, full on, epic every day, full power every day, and that's the whole reason of giving your best. When you give your best every day, you empty your batteries at the end of the day, then you recharge them to full for the next day. If you're only giving half, it's just like like cell phones, like if you're always going to half or whatever, you never get the full usage. Your battery starts to it can only hold so much power now, because you haven't used it all up. You're only using a little bit of your power, and then before you know it, you can only hold so much power. You have to build power and energy into yourself by giving your best energy and repeating it day in and day out, repetitively, until it's no longer something you think about. It's now just ingrained into you. It's second nature. The epic lifestyle is something it's a mindset. The epic mindset is something that's built into yourself over time, through day in and day out, week in, week out, month in, month out, year in and year out. And if you do it long enough, it'll be decades, and every time, every day stacks on the next, so it compounds on itself, just like when your investments compound, and you see those big freaking numbers growing on your computer screen. It's just like, it's the same thing in your body and your mind, and your feelings that you feel about yourself. They exponentially stack on each other and grow, and before you know it, you don't know how to do anything but be epic. You don't know how to do anything but give your best. So again, today's topic was how to be epic. How to be epic is really just it's all about your attitude. It's all about